You're live. Let's see. This computer has a what do you call it? It's supposed to have like a camera that adjusts the lighting. I might have to close my curtains. Whatever. Okay, so veils, vortexes, integration. I wanted to write the title, like if you guys remember Wizard of Oz. And bears. Oh no! But I didn't know if anyone would get it. Hello. Willie Lopez. There you are. I was talking about you because I sung your song the other day. Hey, NSA, baby, give me my money, don't you worry. I said, hey. I called you Willie Smith, by the way. If you catch that live, when I said Willie Smith, I meant Willie Lopez. How are you guys doing? Let's do some breathing, though. I want to kind of make a habit of starting with breath. There's something called power. There's power posing, it's called. Well, at least at a TEDx talk that I saw. It's also just an anatomical thing. So, power posing is what this woman in a TED talk called it. But Yogi Bhajan, who's the father of Kundalini yoga, called it something else. His approach, if you've ever taken a Kundalini yoga class, there's like, I don't know how many classes. He made class plans, like many, like hundreds and hundreds. So when Kundalini teachers, they pick from a class. They're not just freestyling. I mean, I knew one that did because she was masterful, but that's not really how Kundalini works. I mean, she knew what she was doing. He studied how different anatomical holds, like this is something that you do in Kundalini a lot. You raise your arms up, you have your shoulders down, and you hold. Sometimes there's breath, like different kinds of breathings and that sat nam, different kinds of stuff. But this action of holding your arms above your head in Kundalini is usually like 3 to 5 minutes are the timer for the different things. Yogi Bhajan did this very much on purpose. The 5 minutes, I think my teacher used to like make a little, because this, you'll think that this is easy or like something like this. And then after a minute, 2 minutes, it feels like your arm's going to fall off. I don't know how familiar you guys are with Kundalini yoga, but there is so Yogi Bhajan studied like the neurological, that's why there's the time. So he used mantra, breath, and anatomical positions, and for certain times, very specifically. So each class plan, which is like an hour, 2 hours, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't taken a Kundalini yoga teacher training, but to have very specific results. Okay. So we're going to have our arms above our head with shoulders relaxed and send the air into the belly for 2 minutes. So what is sending the air into the belly, Ashley? That is breathing, taking air in through your nostrils, inhaling through your nose. And most of the time, if we just want to try it right now before we do the timer, we're breathing into the chest, right? Breathing is a bodily function that's both automatic and then we can take the reins. So what we're doing, and chest breathing is usually what is automatic. We are intentionally sending the air lower than the chest, as low down to the belly as you can go. So let your belly get fat and wide, even on the sides. So you breathe in, keep the shoulders soft, and let the belly get big, and you breathe out. Muy importante, make sure all the air is out. 70% of toxins leave the body through the process of exhalation. 70% of toxins, things that your body is ridding that you do not need, leave your body through the process of exhalation. 70%. When I first heard that, I was very surprised. I thought for sure sweating and elimination would be like how most of our toxins or waste leaves our body. But no. It's exhale. And how often are we sure that we've made sure how often are we sure that all the air is out going through our day, right? So it, hey, so it helps feel like it loud sometimes. So it helps you even maybe put your hand on your belly so you can feel the difference, diaphragmatic breathing. Another fun thing that happens when you breathe into your belly is you touch your vagus nerve that's in your stomach with oxygen. What does this do? It sends a message to your brain that you can relax, that you're okay. Vagus nerve is that one nerve that connects up to the brain. There are neural cells in your gut. Gut feeling is not just a thing. So, any noise or distraction, remember, always takes us deeper into our experience. 2 minutes, try to let the brainwaves settle down, which will happen naturally as a result of focusing on your breath, and just feel good. Okay. Oh, yeah. Timer. Timer. 2 minutes. Dutch. So when the lady that I watched the TED Talk about did that, she was really cute. She's like, if you ever have like an interview or a meeting or something that you're, oh, that is my hair, or something that you're nervous about, like go into a bath. I mean, I pray before stuff, but go into a bathroom, do something like this. Jared Jaguar is here too. Lit up. Jared is a G. So today we're going to talk about veils, vortexes, and integration. Oh, and we're still looking for the Amish. I kind of found them yesterday in a documentary. I'll get to that. If anybody wants to talk or is more out of the three of us, anybody feels more compelled about any of those subjects, let me know, or we can talk about a totally different subject. If Agent Norma comes, we were going to do a video also about phone privacy protection. We were figuring that out yesterday. Give me 1 second. Or any other topic, if you guys are interested in talking about something else. I'll be right back. Excusez-moi. Hold on. Okay. Does anybody have any votes? Yo! About a different topic of discussion? Or we'll just go into veils, vortexes. Then I will talk about what I want to talk about first. Integration. So integration is the way that I'm working with it. I'm extrapolating from all kinds of places, but the intention is to integrate my inner child, My shadow, my shadow would be I have it written here, the most ignored, darkest part of myself and possibly a damned soul that God wants me to take back up to heaven. So these are the stuff that I think Jared, you guys missed this week. We've been talking about we've been doing shadow work stuff, playing with the theory of a damned angel that we might have to bring with us to heaven. Okay, so shadow energy is lack of empathy for yourself, lack of empathy for others. So reclaiming the whole process of integration, just to give a like a umbrella, whatever, you know what I'm saying, like a blanket before we go into it a little bit more. Um, and I'm understanding it more every time I talk about it or we talk about it. So the parts of yourself, there was a quote, the part of you that there are part of you, this is heavy, two quotes. The part of you that lives as a result of lack of faith. And then the other one was, hi, baby. The most hurt, dark parts of ourselves. So the parts of us that feel abandoned and will abandon others. The parts of us that lack empathy for ourselves, lack empathy for others. Um, dun, 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 dun. uh, the parts of ourselves that will risk our own lives and risk the lives of others, the parts of ourselves that will risk our freedom, that will risk the freedom of others, um, the parts of ourselves that seek to be heard, even in a negative way, So, um, in the video, and I'm following the lead of Destiny, whose channel is Queen Cup Tarot, and I'll just keep shouting her out because she's amazing. Um, Am I no. Am I typing? No. Um, so this whole idea that maybe a bunch of us humans that are aware and G's might be struggling with, might not even be struggling. Hi, Gail. Not even be struggling. Our quality of life could be increased by um, a process of integration, which would include reclaiming, or I like the way she words things, rescuing that part of ourselves. So you can call it your shadow, a damned soul that you might want to take, that God might need you to take to hell. Um, you know, for everyone's going to feel and receive this kind of information differently. Hi, Empress. So, everyone's going to feel and receive this energy differently. But my intention and the way that I'm looking at integration is that we improve the quality of our lives. We just add to our perfection, if you will, by going through a process that would involve reclaiming and like refamiliarizing ourselves with our inner child, feeling more um you know, what's that song? Do you guys remember Toys R Us kids had like the best? I don't want to grow up. I don't want. Oh wait, I'm a Toys R Us kid. Da, 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 da. I mean, like, I don't know. Growing up is a racket. I mean, I don't really get people that act super adult and stuff like that. Whatever. That's a different conversation. And then, so the integration would be how, the ego, if you want to call it, or the like how I show up as Ashley, you know, uh, when I say hi to my neighbors or whatever, to you guys mostly. I mean, I'm pretty fucking raw and authentic here, but I'm very different here actually than I'm with my neighbors. But and then not being so this part, this amazing version of me, and then going through a process, I have not written my letter yet, of reclaiming a part of me that maybe I'm not not so maybe I'm not proud of, maybe I'm not even so aware of, whatever. The whole theory behind reclaiming the shadow is that, or your shadow energy. I guess this computer is not going to adjust. Um, okay. anyway. Um, reclaiming the shadow is that, or the damned soul, whatever you want to call it. Until we do that, until we rescue the energy, the darkest part of ourselves, the part that lives on as a result of lack of faith, until we rescue that energy or soul, however you connect with this, it's getting attention from not God, from not you, from not positive, right? So you can call that what you want. I don't really love use. I don't even like devil energy, whatever. It's getting attention from not God, right? So when we rescue that energy, or you know, if you connect with a feeling like, what we talked about earlier, and I'll repeat it if you guys want. Um, until we do that, I mean, once we do that, it's now under. So she said something like, okay, I want to leave out. I'm trying to navigate what I'm saying through semantics because I think words fuck a lot of things up and things just need to be very simple. Um, so once we rescue it, it's under our governance. Okay. And then we tame it. We remind it of God. If it's a damned soul that we're bringing to God, which is the extreme version of this, then that's, for me, I work for God. That's why I'm here. So if He wants me to rescue a damned soul and bring it to heaven so that it could possibly get a body and wings, or however that goes, I'm in. That's what He wants. That's what He's got. I'm still feeling out in my vagus nerve what that is. I do resonate with reclaiming um some kind of ignored energy, or you know if we push parts of ourselves down, if we, whatever it is, none of this is bad, this is all just good. And then like letting like my inner child be a more what's what I'm looking for, significant part of my life experience and my interactions. And like I think little Ashley probably has better advice on navigating this world than, whatever. It's the same, but that's the thing, it's the same person. So working towards that integration. How are you guys feeling about what I'm saying? How's Lilo? I was wondering if she was hot with the heat wave that we have. Oh, I wonder, is it so hot in San Francisco though? Maybe not. What's up, Gil? Do you guys have any thoughts about that so far? Questions, comments? Should we just move on to vortexes? It's a big topic, um, but it's also little and simple and easy, and it's just internal work. She's great. It's mild today. It's like, well, yesterday was much hotter. I was thinking to myself, LA is it's always hot. Like, it's been kind of not, it's been quite tempered, I guess, in terms of the heat, but then it like busted out. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, Saturday today. It was 98, and then it was 100. Yesterday was brutal, and then today it feels kind of nice. Um, did you do your letter, Empress? Or did you how do you resonate with it? Like the shadow stuff. I think you watched the video. And vortexes and veils is a conversation. Um, Also, anybody know any Amish people? I'm not kidding. Anyone? We need to connect with them. I'm feeling this. I've been feeling this. You know what I'm saying? Land, the Amish, good things. I miss being in LA. I haven't written the letter either. I started to write the letter, but it felt confusing. So I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna call myself out. I'm just procrastinating. But I did kind of feel like I was writing it to a specific person. And I was like, this feels like it's not, you know what I'm saying? What do you guys know about spiritual vortexes? Is anyone familiar with that term? There's the same energy as the Bermuda Triangle that there is in Venice. The same, I think it's the 33rd parallel. I'm on the road listening. Don't text and drive. Love you, Jared, and drive safe, okay? My mother-in-law's friend from Berkeley lived with the Amish. Yo, can you look her up? Is she? I hope she's still around. Your mother-in-law's friend from Berkeley lived with the Amish. Oh, cool. Thank you, Empress. I want to write a letter on behalf of all of us building sonar. Dear Amish, we have so much respect for you. We have so much to learn from you. And I personally want to apologize at Tabibti about any jokes I made ever. I mean, I never joked about the Amish. I mean, I joked about the Amish, but not like, it was like in respect. I joke about everything. So, yeah, I think the Amish, they're a key. They know what's up. They have, like, if anyone was watching the documentary Surveillance Capitalism by Zubanoff is really awesome. But she found the Amish. Did she go there? I don't know if I saw her there. Anyway, they were interviewed, and like, dude keeps his phone that is not a smartphone. It's just a cell phone. You can't text. You can only call in, call out in the office with the computer that they built themselves. You know, we're all in this, like, I mean, not all of us, but like, they've been very successful in like these companies, like especially big tech, and sneaky, and just getting so many millions of people in like these situations with technology that are, I don't know, they bamboozle. They downright obfuscate and bamboozle. We should intern with an Amish family for the summer. Or maybe this gal. You don't like that idea, Honda? Habibti. Halas. Gail, you know how they have to take trips? Like, we could maybe house one of the Amish that are like, need to go and do their Habibti. What is it? Another dog. I keep meaning to watch. Hi! That's it. I keep meaning to watch Cesar Milan's video on how to make your dog stop barking. But I feel like it involves barking, which makes them bark. Oh, you guys, peace, please. Thank you. Okay, I have a couple ideas. I don't know if I can intern with Amish because I have dogs and I don't leave Venice and all that. But I would be honored to house a young, I don't, do the women do it too? Like at 18, maybe it's a choice. Okay, Aussie, give me 1 second. Maybe it's a choice. Oh, come on. It's literally a dog peeing outside. Save your power. They go on, it's called something when they're like 18 or 20 and they go for a year and they like live in the world. I saw a documentary about it, like these two Amish guys living in New York City. It was pretty funny. And then I guess they usually go back. Sometimes they don't go back. I don't know. But I would be happy. I'd be happy to let one of them come stay here in my peaceful home for their experience. Halas! Silencio! Do you know what I'm talking about, Gail? It was a big deal when the Amish let Sue in their home. Tell me about that, Empress. Do they like not like us? No, I mean, I probably wouldn't like us if I was them or the big us. I don't know. Uh, they had a TLC show. Yes, on the Amish going, and you know what? It's so funny. I want to call it a hijab or something. There's something that happens in the Middle East. I know it's not called that. What's up, Chris Mack? Rum Springs. What is Rum Springs? Is that where they live? Rum Springer? Rum Springer. Sounds like a Busta Rhymes song or something. They had a TLC show. Wait, Empress. I know we're gonna do research on this. I'm getting excited. So how did that whole thing go? Like, what do you mean it was a big deal? Like, I would imagine, like, but also I would imagine maybe they would like a few intelligent sonar building people like us. I think there's so much to learn from each other's lives. 100%. And Gail, I love you so much. You're so amazing. I emailed you like 10 times last night. Sue explains in her book. Oh, she wrote a book about it? What's it called? I'll write that down. I want to buy Surveillance Capitalism. I got to go to the spiritual bookstore. Surveillance Capitalism. Do you know what the book is called? Oh, you wrote it. Sometimes I text people. I'm like, can you send this to me so I don't have to scroll up? I love you. What's it called? Book title. Okay, I guess we'll have to find it. Go into the veils vortex. Okay. On it, Jared. I can't find the book title, but I'll find it again. I think you wrote it. Sorry, I'm not seeing it. Okay. Veils and vortexes. Amish are always on the back burner, guys. Until we connect with them and they hopefully do not reject us, this is like an important thing. So we'll shelf them for now or table them. What do you call it? We're not, I mean, respectfully. My mother-in-law's buddy wrote it. Oh, plain and simple. Thank you for repeating that. I'm sorry that I didn't see it when I went up. Plain and Simple by Sue. What's her last name? You probably wrote it. You're so amazing. Gail brought something up like one of the first times we were communicating about just how storytelling is very important. Not storytelling, truth storytelling. Like all of our experiences, we have so much to learn from each other because these are real experiences. They're not manufactured storytelling like on, some of the popular news sources for some people. I think the Amish speak they I don't know what High German is, but they definitely have yeah, Chris, you're probably right if you're writing it, but I didn't know it's called High German, but you can hear and that there's a cadence, like a tonation with their way they speak that's unique as well. There is some words and like the sentence structures. Sue Bender. Cool, thanks. Okay, so spiritual vortexes. So, what do you guys know about the Bermuda Triangle? I remember growing up and hearing about planes disappearing there, boats disappearing there, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, why are people still going in there? And a lot of the stuff that I'm just kind of remembering on like the tip of my brain, people's sonar. Kidding. They're like GPS directional systems would go wacky. That's what they would hear in the final tapings. Guys, why is my apple juice from China? Whatever. And then I looked at the date, like the expiration date, and it's like something China, and I was like, I gotta go to the market. So that's on the 33rd parallel. Let me see the thing. So the way that I feel, okay, okay, let me back it up. Venice is a spiritual vortex. There's a spot on the boardwalk. If I can find the picture, I'll post it. It's so cool. My friend took me to see it, and it's like this big. I thought it was gonna be just like I don't know what I thought. I thought it was gonna be bigger. It's very little. Couple of things about Venice. There's a huge people think it's a V. It's so funny. Watch this. It's this huge Masonic thing. Hold on. Venice Beach Masonic thing. Okay? This is right up the street from my house. Now, okay, do you guys think this looks like a does this look like a V? Tanu Here, let me see. This is right up the street from my house. So, hold on. Well, hold on though. It doesn't look exactly like that. Is this the Venice Beach one? Venice Beach Masonic structure. So it's the typical, if you've ever seen like the Freemason, it's like scissors, I think, and whatever. That's so interesting. It looks like very cool. I mean, whatever. I walk like look. Okay, that's a good way to see it. So look at that, and it's right after. Guess. It's like if you take a straight line from the spot, the spiritual vortex spot, it will go right there. People think it's a V. Isn't that funny? Um, it's literally like if you walked, if like it's like I walk out of my house, it's like I don't know why or how I ever got this. If I was a professional spitter, I could spit and hit it. The dumbest thing. Um, I'm just gonna go spiritual vortex. So I've always had this feel like you can feel stuff in different places. Oh, Ojai, California is another spiritual vortex. Has anybody ever been to Ojai? It is Krishnamurti had a house there. Actually did a retreat, yoga retreat at his pepper tree retreat center there. A couple other important people chilled there. Um, Anyway, it's Ojai Valley. It's like 2 hours northeast of LA, with depending on traffic, and I'm telling you, it's like a valley. I think geographically, you go up and then you go down, and that you're, like, in Ojai, and then when you leave to go back to LA, you, like, go down this hill, so that makes sense. You can feel the energy change in your car, like, maybe I don't feel it as much in Venice because I live here, but I've been to Ojai more than I've been probably anywhere since I've lived in California, like, in California, I've been there probably 10 times. Um, I love it. So here's things that I feel there, like freedom, like your brain is clear. There's so much electromagnetic shit, all kinds of stuff that I think places like spiritual vortexes, because of their longitude, latitude, positions, whatever, they can cancel it out or balance it out, kind of. Meditation Mount is in Ojai. So every time I've spent in Ojai, it's just so peaceful and so chill. I mean, you plan on doing chill going there. Every single time I've left, without exception, when you leave Ojai, I don't even know what the town is called. It's just so creepy. It's like I can't even tell you. We stopped one time we stopped and got cigarettes. So I smoked cigarettes at this time. So this was like whatever, 2000, I don't know, 13 or something. And I went into like just this convenience spot, like maybe 10 minutes out of Ojai. The woman had like 3 teeth, like, you could just see in the houses, like, like how, if they're called tweakers or like meth heads or whatever, they always have like all this stuff going on around their houses. Like all the houses look like tweaker houses. It's really, really interesting. Um, let's see, spiritual vortex. Um, but I think there's something. Oh, Saint Aquinas, the College of Santa Quin. This guy Aquinas. That was kind of an important. He has a study center there. So it feels like it like cancels out shitty energy or something. Um, Hi, Angela. I don't know why the Cookie Monster came in at the end. Angela! Bermuda Triangle. They think there's a pull, sucks everything up. Like, think about if, like, we learned, or I remember in, like, whatever, remedial science class, like, we learned, right? Like, the core of the earth was like this super hot, like, magma, right? What if that's not the case? I saw something about a guy that found like a wall on the bottom of the ocean, and then like it kept going or something, and then he like disappeared a year later. Looks like air and earth signs together. Gale. Oh, it's just that the very common, if you Google here, if you Google Masonic symbol without the Venice Beach, see? It's just this. See? Or that. Or that. Right? Hold on. Trying to sell me one. See? Seagull? You heard about that wall? Jared, you heard about the wall, the guy that was like in the ocean and made that discovery? I saw it. He was in some kind of like deep sub. So does that make sense, guys? Isn't that funny that it's just right there on Venice Beach and people are buying them on Etsy? See. Anyway, almost everyone, like even people that kind of know stuff, if I say something that it will surprise me. People will be like, "Oh my god, I always thought that was a V." This is what it is. It's scissors and a ruler. But they do all kinds of different variations. Oh yeah, compass, exactly. Angela, Angela, Angela. When we went to England to visit family, we drove through the Yorkshire moors. It was freaking creepy. Really? I don't know what the Yorkshire moors. Um, I'm thinking about the Mengars. And never mind. We don't want the CCP over here. The Chinese Communist Party. All the mist covered the moors. I bet that looked amazing. While driving at night, it was like Sleepy Hollow. Where in England is that? I get is it Oh, Yorkshire. How far outside of London is Yorkshire? Yo, England is like it's such an interesting energy, like the vibe. And if you think how many like hundreds, thousands of years of like just shit's been going on there. Um, I made my brother take the double-decker bus with me one time, like the cheesy tour bus. And I just remember getting different feelings. Oh, let me get to spiritual vortex. Different feelings are in different places. And there are some places that just look like straight up like torture chambers. I'm like, there's no way there's nothing else. There's anything else but torture that goes on in a building that looks like that. Okay, spiritual vortex. A vortex is believed to be a special spot. Yeah, not like, and then vortex portal. Um, I don't think they're the same. A vortex is believed to be a special spot on the earth where energy is either entering into the earth or projecting out of the earth's plane. Vortexes or vortices are found at sacred sites throughout the world. The Great Pyramid in Egypt, Machu Picchu in Peru, Bali, Stonehenge. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Uluru, Ayers Rock in Australia, etc. Etc. spiritual vortex in US. Um, so the four best known vortexes are Airport Mesa, Cathedral Rock, Bell Rock, and Boynton Canyon, each radiating its own particular energy. Some are thought to produce energy flowing upward, while other energy spirals downward. Like that would be Bermuda Triangle, I think. Huh. Okay, where a spiritual vortex is located. A spiritual vortex is believed to be as a special spot on the earth. Where is it though? Okay. Gotta skip all the bullshit to find what we need. It's like booking.com. Get to a spiritual destination. Okay, I'm gonna put spiritual vortexes, Bermuda Triangle, Venice. Ooh, do we trust Washington EDU? I don't know. Time traveling. Okay. Time traveling vortex, Bermuda Triangle exposed. Should we check this out? Coast Guard believes cargo ship missing in Bermuda Triangle. Hold on, let me get the most recent. Oh, and the solar flares, guys, that happened on March 30th. Is anybody in like the know more about? Okay, solar flares. So they hit on March 30th, and two meteors, as I understand it, smashed together before impacting Earth, which I guess reduced the. Okay, let's stay on the vortex, and then we'll get. Yorkshire is big. It's northeast England. I think about 3 or 4 hours away out of London, Angela, and stopping for dinner in a little pub. The people look freaking creepy too. Was pleased to get out of there. Angela, you say things in the most polite way. I was pleased to get out of there. Um, yeah, I don't know much about Yorkshire. I haven't heard about it. Chris has. Um, have you seen Picnic at Hanging Rock? No, is that a movie? Um, Empress. There's a vortex in Santa Cruz Mountains. Balls roll uphill. So that would be energy going out. That's dope. There's lots of mystery spots. I mean, I feel like we can also create this kind of stuff, but we got to learn about it first. And we got to learn from people that are trustworthy. Um, prevailing theories of the Bermuda Triangle. Skip to the vortex. Yeah, it has to do with time. Oh, clocks go crazy. Albert Einstein postulated that a curvature of space would cause even light to bend through it. Some theorists believe that time, as a force of nature, can also get warped based on your location. The Bermuda Triangle is thus one location on Earth where the fabric of time is. See, think this is the veil. We're working with understanding this too. So maybe the veil is fabric of time. You see what I'm saying? Uh, they say the Bermuda Triangle is thus one location on Earth where the fabric of time is so thin that travelers can slip through it and emerge on the other side of a completely different time. This theory was solidified in 1970 when Floridian pilot Brew Gernon Jr., his father and friend Chuck Lafayette were flying towards Bimini Island in the Bahamas and noticed a strange elliptical cloud, which he later called electronic fog, hovering only about 500 feet over the ocean. Here is an excerpt in his story. Upon entering the cloud, I guess you do have to go through clouds sometimes. Upon entering the cloud, we witnessed an uncanny spectacle. It became dark and black without rain, and visibility was about 4 or 5 miles. There were no lightning bolts, only extraordinarily bright white flashes that would illuminate the entire surrounding area. The deeper we penetrated, the more intense the flashes became, so we made a 135-degree turn to the left and headed due south of the cloud. The remarkable thing is that we did not come out of the storm 90 miles away from Miami as we should have. We had traveled through 100 miles of space and 30 minutes of time in little more than 3 minutes. Okay. Um, oh, the mystery spot. Oh, the movie is called The Mystery Spot? Or Picnic at Hanging Rock is. There is a anyway, let's get to let's finish this. Oh yeah, 33rd parallels. Bermuda Triangle, 33rd parallel. There's something about the 33rd parallel. Parallel. Okay. 33rd parallel. Wikipedia. The 33rd parallel north is a circle of latitude that is 33 degrees. Speaking of the Masons, 33 degrees north of the Earth's equatorial plane. It is approximate at the midpoint between the equator, 0 degrees, and the why do they fuck with numbers all the time? And the Arctic Circle, 66.6 degrees north latitude. It crosses North Africa, or is it the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean? It crosses North Africa, Asia, Pacific Ocean, North America, Atlantic Ocean. Oh, that's weird. You can map the coordinates. Let's see. Oh, cool. Okay. Uh, yeah, hold on. I want to see this. Pacific Ocean. Wait. This is interesting. Hold on. United States. Okay. Libya, Israel, not United States, but okay. So Pacific Ocean. California, San Clemente Island. Uh, California, passing through Solona Beach and north of Brawley, Arizona, passing through the Grand Ruins National Monument, New Mexico, Texas, passing through the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, Louisiana, passing just south of the border, Arkansas. Okay. Empress. Albert Jeans believes that the dream is real life and the waking state is the dream. So the dream is right now. That's an interesting concept. Did you ever see this movie with Demi Moore? It was in, I'm not a fan, by the way. It was in the early 90s. I think it starts with an R. And she couldn't figure out if her dream life was her real life or her life was her real life. Hi, Tammy. What's up, girl? Aborigines. Oh, I read that. Empress. Mystery Spot is the place on Santa Cruz. Ah, okay. And that's where the balls roll uphill. So intense. Peter Weir. Who's Peter Weir? Yo, I was chilling with on a Grateful Dead live last night. It was so fun. So I was thinking of Robert Weiner, I think. Uh, Also, The Last Wave is another great film about what are the like the Aboriginal people? We are learning, we talked about integration. Um, again, with the inner child and the shadow and possibly the damn soul that God wants us to bring to heaven. We're talking now about the Bermuda Triangle and veils, sorry, vortexes. Um, and we're gonna get into veils and Peter Weir, Australian film director. Okay, so that was the film is Picnic at Hanging Rock. I'm gonna check that out. Did you finish Maniac, Tammy? Isn't it so intense? But like cool? Um, okay. So let's thinning of the veil or vortex. What did he say before? The fabric of time is so thin. When and where is the veil the thinnest? Let's see. Hold on. No. No, no, no. Okay, Thinning of the Veil 2021. Let's just do that. Oh, okay. Let's see. What's the polar vortex? The polar vortex is a powerful short to medium term weather driver during the cold season. I don't like you. Sorry. Where heaven and earth come closer. It's a stupid New York Times article. Uh, okay, veil between worlds. What is the veil between worlds? Okay. What is the veil between worlds? Why is it thin? The veil between worlds is thin. Perhaps you've heard this phrase. Yeah, we want to understand what it means, like for real. I when I looked it up before, they kept bringing up Halloween too. Shut up. Let's see. See if this woman even know what she's talking about. Why does the veil shut up about October? Okay. There's no denying that as we approach, okay. Veil places. Places in the world where the veil is thin. Okay. Let's just go there. The veil between the living and the dead is thinner than you think. Thermodynamics. Okay. Vortex portal under Bermuda Sea. So, yo, Tammy, in the Bermuda Triangle, things go down, but also this guy traveled 100 miles in 30 minutes time, but in 3 minutes. So they were saying that there's, in some vortexes, there's energy that's downward. The Sanskrit word is up. I can only think apana. It's a downward moving energy. And then other vortexes have upward moving energy. There's a place, Tammy, where balls roll uphill in Santa Cruz. That'd be a fun place to like take somebody just like mess with. Okay, the veil between the living and the dead is thinner than you think. The first law of thermodynamics states that energy can be changed from one form to another, but it cannot be created or destroyed. People are made of particles of energy. Think about that as you read my words. Kind of bossy. The story I'm about to share describes what happened when my father died. Okay. So that's kind of how I feel like the veil, when we talk about the veil, and maybe I've been like pussyfooting around it or something. But isn't it like I was attracted to the veil between two worlds? I'm not afraid of the anyway. You know what I mean. Um, I think. I'm just gonna continue reading for now. What happened when my father died? When many of you will choose to not accept my explanation, that's perfectly right. I feel like we're a group of people that are gonna hear her out and accept her explanation unless it's quacky. Oh no. Well, let's see. I'm gonna get past the wind blowing and the grief and stuff like that. Um, her mom didn't like driving in the snow. Her husband followed. Okay. Dad had been in a coma for 2 days. His body had finally, uh, given into the cancer, and he had been eating away at his body for the past few months. That was dad. All day, I told him that it was time for him to let go, that he needed to stop fighting and just be at peace. I swallowed the lump that had suddenly appeared in my throat, pushing back tears. I said, but I also told him that when he was gone, I needed to know that he was okay. I didn't care what he did, I just wanted a sign. Mom leaned over and patted my leg. I squeezed her hand and continued. I thought it would be something electrical, like turning on a light or something. My dad was special on so many levels. He was a loving and joyful man who had the ability to make seemingly insurmountable challenges appear insignificant. Um, he had a special relationship with electricity. When I was growing up on the farm, my job had been to check electric cattle fences to make sure they hadn't been grounded out. More than once, Dad would grab hold of the fence wire, seemingly unfazed by the current running through his body. At this prompting, I would take his hand into my own. I was either too young or not bright enough to realize I would be jolted by the current, not him. It was only an uncomfortable shock, never harmful, but always drew a squeal of shock from me. His hazel eyes would twinkle. He'd shake his head at my folly, and he'd laugh his wonderful belly laugh. Okay. Where did the thing happen? 2 weeks after his death, I was alone in my house. My husband was out with my 2 girls, and my mom was in Alberta visiting my sister. I was in my oldest daughter's room putting away her laundry. In the midst of stuffing T-shirts into her overly full top drawer, I glanced up at the bulletin board bolted to her wall. My dad had attached that board so firmly. Nothing, not even an earthquake would dislodge it. We painted over 3 times and then attempted to remove it. I dropped to Jennifer's bed, overwhelmed by memories of my dad, my forever hero. Stretching out on the periwinkle quilt, I cried myself to sleep. A jarring, buzzing noise dragged me from a dream where I was just about to hug my dad. I sat up, disoriented and confused. What was that noise? I walked downstairs, following the direction of the sound. It was coming from the laundry room, from our dryer. Now you need to understand that in the 8 years we had lived in this house, I had never, not even once, used that dryer alarm. And more importantly, I was not doing laundry. It was dad. After 2 weeks, he had regained the strength he needed to give me an electrical message. The cynics will say, I imagine these 2 episodes. Those of us who understand the veil between the world of the living and the dead is much thinner than most of us realize will know that I did not. Okay, so now I have kind of a better understanding, I think, and see, for me to just like understand, I need to like have a tactical, I need to be able to work with it. I feel like, and you guys tell me how you feel. I feel like the veil is the veil between the living and the dead, unless it's specifically, unless we say we're talking about a different kind of veil, right? Like a veil on your face or whatever. Um, and I think, and some other information that is just innate or I've understood before is just like kind of flooding, not flooding, but I think as much as we want to engage, we can. I don't know. I'm sure everyone has very different experiences. Um, that's how I'm feeling. Vortex portal, da, da, da. Tammy, there's an open portal in Mexico, but a lot of portals have been closed. How? And where are the portals going to? Yes, I saw a rat. You saw a rat where? Oh, you saw that. Um, I was thinking about that show, OA. Remember how the house is a portal? The one in San Francisco? And even the FBI agents, like, what's a house? A space. What's a space? When he was talking to that kid. Um, so there are probably, but what do you mean that they've been closed? Like closed by who? Um, what else was I gonna say? Maybe it's like a quantum leap. Yes. Hi, Dave H. Do you guys remember that show, Quantum? Yeah, I think it was called Quantum Leap. It was like in the 80s, 90s. And that guy, every episode, he would like be in a different life. I think there's a lot of stuff that we either have access to or access is coming to us soon. Um, and yeah, I guess I'm just openly here trying to navigate this kind of stuff. The Cecil Hotel and Sloan Bella has done a video on this is 100% up like some kind of a portal. There's so many different it's here in LA. There's so many different stories and just too many and like uh I also feel like whatever this new shift is and kind of this energy that I feel, this positive forward moving energy that we're in, it's always good to have as much information. I mean, keeping it simple always, like it's all interesting to find stuff out, but then back to simplicity, right? And then the, you know, if there is an action that we would consider taking that would improve our life, the quality of our life, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying, I think. Yeah, that hotel is super creepy. Did you see Sloane's video on it? There's a lot of videos on it, but watch Sloane's. Tammy, portals used by the aliens or travelers, closed by good guys. Oh, so evil cannot get through. I listened to Jenny Lee, psychic, part of her group. I don't know who Jenny Lee is. That's cool. I was listening to last night before the oh maybe I can play it. Before the I was in the Grateful Dead chat. It was so fun. Um Boom, 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 boom. What did you just write? Oh, this lady talking about the Pleiadians. Um, I used to watch videos about the Pleiadians in like 2011. Like that's like what I would do on YouTube. But then Jenny Lee, I will. I'm writing notes in this chat. Uh, and it was shortly thereafter that I moved to LA and I kind of didn't think about them or whatever. I remember one person at that crazy place, like, I don't know, they said nasty things. Anyway, Jenny site, Jenny SS. Thank you, Tammy. Um, but like in the last 2 years or so, people that I like trust and I know are like legit spiritual people have been talking about the Pleiadians again. The guy who designed the nuclear receptor, Fred Bell, he said, Fred Bell, I think. Sometimes I want to say Frank. Um, he said the Pleiadians are done. They finished their work, and that it's just the Andromedans that are like watching or like overseeing stuff. But then another friend of mine, and I don't know a lot about all this stuff. It's like I'm I'm I'll forever be mentally flexible. I will always be learning, but I can't like sink my teeth into everything, especially if I don't feel um a specific like draw or resonance with it. And I don't know with the Palladians, like there were a couple messages people sent me in like 2020 that were like from the Galactic Federation and Ashtar and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, this feels manipulative in a way somehow. Jenny is a Palladian. People have told me that I'm a Palladian. I have a feeling anything like ghosts or beings are only evil spirits or it's a trick. Really, Dave? I don't get that vibe. But Dave, that's why I don't delve in that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Jade, what's up? I heard that they want gold to shield their planet because there's a tear. This planet or another planet? Oh, the Pleiadians? Tammy. New concept. We live in a spaceship. Do you guys want to hear this Pleiadian lady? I'll see if I can find her. I was like, I don't even know. I was having fun last night. I was like, messages from the Pleiadians, which is what I used to do in 2011. Yeah, anything is possible. And yeah, I'm always open to being wrong. Well, Dave, about that, I feel like for me to have, I mean, I can't subscribe to that. Um, what you said, Dave said, I have a feeling anything like ghosts or beings are only evil spirits and it's a trick. So for me to, I can't subscribe to that. I mean, I'm not subscribing. I could if I wanted to, I guess. Um, I just don't have that feeling. I do think that kind of stuff happens, but oh, I just remember a conversation I had with one of my old meditation teachers. He said, Ashley, evil spirits, they don't come around people like us. Like your auras, they can't even penetrate your aura. Uh, and also, Dave, I guess just from my personal experiences of like feeling my father who's in heaven, and, like, knowing he's not evil or a trick. But I have considered, like, what if they're, like, fucking with me and making they've all kinds of different ways. I mean, the less we use social media, the better, but of, like, messing with our neural pathways and the way that we think, and they've been studying it for a while, and they're trying to, as we talked about yesterday, predict behavior. And I think ultimately to control behavior. Um, so I've thought about that because I do know that anything that pulls on our heartstrings, like, isn't, you know, it's appropriate to feel feelings, but it's just as important to get over them and heal them and move past them. Uh, Tammy, if you listen to Alex Collier, that sounds familiar. He visits a spaceship, but it's totally, guys, it's okay, but it's totally as big as a planet. Interesting. But here's some other theories. Can you stop? Some other theories um, were that like the government drugs people up so that they think they're having like alien experiences and spaceship experiences, but they're just on a lot of like mind altering substances that they didn't know whatever, slipped into their food, whatever. I've heard a lot of stuff. And who knows, you know? Be careful after leaving a cemetery. Souls can attach to you. Shake you up when you leave and say a prayer. Also, Jade, I use my brain when it wants to work. Now I use Himalayan salt in the shower and I scrub my back and I feel like that like washes stuff away. Sage, I do it all the time. Salo Panto. I've been buying this shit for like 15 years. Palo Santo. I'll still fuck it up. Things that interrupt magnetic waves and shit like is that what they're called? Like magnetic waves, radiation waves, whatever the fuck is running through our house. Why they stopped using lead paint, basically. Um, Incense, sage, Palo Santo. Having plants is good. Candles, right? Meditation, like increasing the power of your space with your activities, your internal stuff. EMF, thank you. I have Shanghai in my house. I have Shanghai here. I have Shanghai there. Sage, yep. Do you watch AHS? What's AHS, Tammy? Unless it's an acronym for something, I don't think so. Jade, famous artist. We always wash our hands before we leave the cemetery. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Custom door of anyone unwanted spirits. Yeah, I got salt lamps. Yes, and by the way, salt lamps are supposed to be on all the time. They take one boyfriend of mine did the math because I had like a bunch of them, and it's like $1 or $2 a month or something maximum on your electricity bill. Um, so salt lamps, they're you shouldn't turn them off. If you're gonna turn them off, put a plastic bag on top of them, like if you're gonna go on vacation or something. Um, they produce negative ions in the air. I had them all over my dad's hospital room. They're really good for your throat and for your lungs. Um, I was like working on a movie. I was like, these should be in every hospital. American Horror Stories. Oh no, I didn't see that. But doesn't that take place in Roanoke, Virginia? Or is that a different one? Angela. Same salt lamps. I have mine on all day. Yeah, all day, all night. Okay. I'm gonna go to the market and get some stuff. I'm gonna do a live later if Sloan is not here. Ferret magnets are great for our electronics. Oh, what is that? And get rid of the white noise. Also, and I considered doing this, um, the aluminum foil. Like I was like, how can I like classily put aluminum I saw somebody wearing an aluminum foil hat. I've seen her a few times. She has no shame. She walks around, she goes to the market. It's but she's protecting her brain. I mean, and that's what she's trying to do. I mean, imagine we're living in a place, you know, that, she's not the only one. Maybe the only one that goes out like all the time. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I need to get some proper food. Yes, Ash, I want. I don't know about they. I don't why. Okay, listen to this. If you're making money off someone that you're not paying, what is your vested interest in not notifying people? YouTube. Hi, Michelle. It tells us what happened in the past reference. Tammy, it. Wait, Dave, you could put foil on the back of pictures. What do you mean? Like pictures in my house? Oh, because like just having foil around. I was thinking I was gonna like put it on my window. Like for some reason, I think I read like to put it around like windows and doors. Watch, next time I'll be live, there'll be like Reynolds all over my window. Ashley got it done. Jade. Yeah, I'll come back later tonight if Sloan isn't. Schizophrenics, Jade, schizophrenics do it. They know more than we do. Sloan talks about this a lot. Like maybe schizophrenics, what is schizophrenia? Like breaking it down. Like so many people get called crazy. It's dismissive, you know? Um, And then when you get called crazy, there's like, depending on the situation, I've experienced it or called a drug addict or whatever, you like start to struggle internally. Am I? It's a messed up thing to do to people. But so many people are discredited in Hollywood, leveled, called crazy, schizophrenic. Dave Chappelle is apparently schizophrenic. Um, Bipolar. It's like maybe that's just a way that people are like holding people down or like especially talented people, right? Woohoo! I love you, Rochelle. I hope your puppy's doing so good. Gail, ceramic with magnets to eliminate voice to skull noise we can't hear. Do you guys know they got rid of lead paint in the 80s or 90s so that the sound could travel and stuff? Sorry. Boom. Who's attacked by negative spirits all day and night? A lot of insulation in homes has foil built into it. Foil? Why am I having a brain fart on what foil is? Oh, I don't know why I thought coil. I was like, coil, foil? Okay, do you guys remember Y2K? That was funny. Gail, crazy people who hear voices hear the voice to skull noise that runs 100% in our homes. What is the voice to skull noise? I'm not familiar with that. Is that them like implanting thoughts or something? Oh, schizophrenics. Lead is also it's a poison, but in the way that they made the paint, as I understand it, protected. I mean, couldn't tinfoil be a poison? I don't know. Protected the integrity of, like, there wasn't so many. There's a video Paul Romano does, and I keep going like this because he shows the invisible wave currents, I guess EMF currents that run through the house. And, like, it's such a racket to me. Like, I never understood this. Like, I'm in a one-bedroom apartment. There's someone right here in a one-bedroom apartment, but we have to have, like, different internet boxes. You know what I mean? Like, the 375 people with 375 internet boxes, like, in one spot. Hey, Janie. Lead blocks radiation. Thank you, Dave. Wait, what about the mercury poisoning? And I hope everyone got rid of their microwaves. Cool. Yeah, if you want to send me more, we can go over it later tonight if you're around, Gail. Also, it's an AI low running in the air. What's that? AI loop? Loop. Give me the loop. What does that mean? I think I know what you mean. An AI, is that like the whole theory of like not like non-player characters, sort of? We got to talk about all this. Smart meters with dirty noise. What's that? What's smart meter? They say mercury is amalgam fillings poisons your system. Yeah, I mean, mercury, it was just weird in Los Angeles, like in 2012. Whenever I moved here, it was like all these people got mercury poisoning. I was like, stop it. It happens. People in LA do the weirdest shit. They get Lyme disease, then everyone gets Lyme disease, mercury poisoning, everyone gets mercury poisoning. It's like, stop. They say mercury. Oh, AI is running the noise. Oh, okay. Rochelle, schizophrenia is either real from spirits or AI attacks or targeted attacks. Yeah, I mean, can you guys look up counterintelligence? Like the gang stalking and like it starts from birth. Like smart meters on all your electricity. Oh, that's for them then, right? I thought that was like a new thing that was like could tell you like, I don't know, what's going on in your house or something. Yeah, artificial intelligence, AI. The way that I look at AI, and every time I make a video, I think about it because I know there's different contexts and uses of the word, but like, for example, this video and us, we're feeding AI in a way. I kind of look at it as like a sponge of energy. I've talked about this before. That's like, if you think about when we're on our phones, like, I mean, I definitely have had periods of time where, running a business, my dad's dying, and like the phone receives the shittiest energy from me, you know, or like the most stressed out energy, or the most like not happy energy. And I'm buying a flight ticket, whatever. And that's energy. That's an energy, right? And our other devices. And you know, I don't know. I'm just take like the grossest guy ever that watches porn all day. So he's just like, like naked girls and blah. So I think about what the AI has been fed, and I try to feed it love and truth and the knowledge, the facts that I do believe AI and humans can coexist um, peacefully. I think the assholes, the fuckery, the shitty people need to just be taken out of the equation. Zuckerberg, people like this. Gail, dude, this is a whole month of content, but very interesting and important. I know it's kind of a mixed bag, and I'm coming on early too, but I was like, let's just feel it out. It was kind of like topics we've been talking about all week, but I felt like not that I told you guys we would do one on the veil. Somebody asked me about vortexes. I wanted to kind of like, you know, maybe I'll write my letter tonight, get into like the integration. Like even when I was texting my friend who's on here a lot, he's like, integration with like past self. What are we doing? I love you guys. You're just so open and ready for anything. I'm like, no, this life, inner child, shadow. Okay. Yeah, they do. And, you know, there's a quote from Owen Benjamin that I love. Vengeance is God's. That's not for us. So we just get to keep getting better. Wait, there's a quote. Forget who's saying whatever, just keep getting better. And like working on building this sonar and coming together and having like a web. We were talking about spiders, remember? But a positive web, like a good web. Another thing I think about is something that Sloan said, I think in the Chester Benningfield video, where she talks about sending, like, and I'll do this. If I get, I have a propensity, I can have a temper. I can get frustrated. And if I get frustrated or angry, I've been doing this like for a year now, since I saw that video. And I remember, I'm like, please take this energy and send it to the force field of love the force field of protection of love, made out of unconditional love that's being made over there, whatever. And it works. I'm like, this is powerful energy. Can we please transmute it? You guys use this. I do not need this in me. I just lost a sock. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, I want to get on my jet plane with no smart meter. I will see you there. Angela, learned so much from you, Ash. Everyone. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you later. Angela, I like talking to you like a cookie monster. I'm hungry, obviously. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. That was fun. Thank you guys for showing up and always being so awesome. And I'll see you guys later tonight. If Sloan is not on, I'll be here. Bye, Dave. Thanks for all your input. You're super cool. Peace. I always mess that up. Bye.